There is nothing that cannot be forgiven, and there is no one undeserving of forgiveness. Desmond Tutu and Mpho Tutu. Let's take a look at what this quote means. Love heals conflict. Man must evolve for all human conflict a method which rejects revenge, aggression, and retaliation. The foundation of such a method is love. Martin Luther King Jr. So MLK here is saying that our traditional methods of revenge, aggression, retaliation, the way that our prison system is set up, the method of an eye for an eye of the Old Testament is an outdated way to resolve human conflict, especially in today's age where we have nuclear weapons, we have biological weapons being formed now, cyber warfare. Most of the technologies that exist today, if we continue to respond to conflict with this idea of an eye for an eye, we're going to end up destroying our species. Love dissolves hate. Animosity does not eradicate animosity. Only by loving kindness is animosity dissolved. The Dhammapada. Have you ever lost your sense of anger or resentment or hate towards somebody when they showed hate back towards you? It seems unlikely. But if you have done somebody wrong, whether intentionally or accidentally, and they show you kindness and love in return, that is the way to heal the wounds that underlie many human conflicts. Love discovers ourselves in others. Love is the discovery of ourselves in others and the delight in the recognition. Alexander Smith. Here, Smith is talking about how we are all human. We are all alike in many ways. The underlying needs that we all have to be loved, to be seen, to be respected, exists in everybody, and everybody makes mistakes. And when we are able to show love and forgiveness to other people, we are able to see ourselves in them. And by loving them, we can then learn to love ourselves. Love neighbors as self. A new kind of self-love, a charity and gratitude for all selves, including their own. When they have really learned to love their neighbors as themselves, they will be allowed to love themselves as their neighbors. C.S. Lewis. So just like Alexander Smith was talking about, the ability to love other people, when we really learn to love others as if they are ourselves, as if they are our child, our brother, our sister, our mother, our father, when we are able to learn to love other people as if they were us, that is when we are able to love ourselves in a way that we maybe weren't able to do before. And forgiveness is the key to be able to unlock that love, because all relationships, including the ones we have with ourselves, have conflict. There are things that we have done that we regret. There are mistakes that we have made. There are disagreements that we have with other people or even in our own minds. And forgiveness is the first step to that type of love so that we can love ourselves by loving our neighbors. The wise forgive. The day the child realizes that all adults are imperfect, he becomes an adolescent. The day he forgives them, he becomes an adult. The day he forgives himself, he becomes wise. Alden Nolan. All people are imperfect. And when we hold on to grudges, anger, resentment, needing to have this sense of justice, an eye for an eye, we remain children. We stay in this stunted level of kind of evolutionary history of our past. But when we learn to forgive other people, we grow up. And when we learn to forgive ourselves, that's when we truly become wise. Nolan here is saying that everybody deserves forgiveness. Like, we are all imperfect. Everybody makes mistakes. And when we are unable to forgive other people, it becomes very challenging for us to learn how to forgive ourselves. So when we tie all these concepts together, we have this idea that everybody is imperfect. There's nothing that cannot be forgiven, because any mistake that somebody else might make is a mistake that you yourself can make. And when we discover that we are all alike in this sense, that When I am able to learn to forgive you, I am able to learn to forgive myself because I am recognizing myself in you, that everyone deserves forgiveness, not just another person, but also yourself. And it is actually through the process of learning to forgive other people that we learn to forgive ourselves. It is through the process of loving other people that we learn to love ourselves.